I'm good. How are you?
I'm pretty good. Are you gonna be part of it or are you gonna leave?
Oh, look.
Like,
Oh my goodness.
isn't he handsome?
Yes. Oh, he's so beautiful.
Hey, no, don't knock down the computer, please.
Wow.
Hello. I'm honestly surprised he hasn't done this the whole time. Um, he's usually right on top of everything I'm doing.
Oh my goodness. Oh,
Julie,
here's Julie.
haven't seen you in a while, Julie.
Oh, I was in Quebec for 3 weeks.
Oh, excellent.
When did you get back?
Wow.
Monday.
Monday.
Look at all your masks and everything on your wall. That's awesome. Is that your desk?
Yes.
Yeah. Cool. How's everybody in Quebec?
Good. Yes. Weather was kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Really
It's
cold and really hot.
good to have you back.
Thank you. Nice to see you guys.
Yeah. Has anyone heard from
Wow.
Cheryl tonight? Do we think she's gonna come?
Cheryl was having someone was coming over and she was hoping they would leave by 6:30, but she wasn't sure if they would.
Okay. Hey, Whitney. Um,
Oh, and there's Whitney. We've
you're
missed
awake.
you. You're
Are
in
you in bed?
bed.
You're totally in bed.
Actually in bed. I was sleeping on the couch actually, and I was like, "Ooh, I'm gonna get up." Cat made
Well, way to
This
troop
time
us
isn't
through.
good for you.
We can get rolling. So we're doing cross hatching this week. Um, and it really helps for these if you find something in your home that you have to use as a reference versus making it up. Um, and I find cross hatching is a really good technique for things that you want to look round. It gives you a lot of three dimension versus line per se. Like if you see in Terry's face, I think you can see a lot of the sculpture of his face, even if it doesn't really capture the texture of fur. Um, and same in landscape. It captures shape less than texture, but gives you more of a roundness of shape. I think that's really, really demonstrated in the apple.
Mm. Yeah, your app. I love your apple with the crosshatch.
It's hard to go wrong with fruit, you know? People have been using it for so long because there's so much to work with there. So much color in it, lots of good shape and texture. Hey.
I like that that statement works in non-art context as well. Like you can't go wrong with fruit.
It's true. And I'm gonna try to draw my kettle again. Hello. It's nice to see you. What did you pick to draw for this week, Lorene?
Well, I've been trying to combine um, drawing with learning the names of our shorebirds.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, so when I see one I don't know, I take a picture of it and then I ask Gord Curry about it. And I have a book that my father had that's the birds of Western Canada. And then I draw it.
Yeah.
So that I'm doing a bird today.
What bird did you find for today?
Well, this one is, I found one on the internet that was using crosshatch. So I'm practicing that. So it's kind of like a dove. It's not one of my shorebirds.
Right.
I'll show you I've got my shorebirds in here. Like I've learned all the mergansers. So there's
Oh, very nice. Yeah.
the hooded merganser and his little partner. So they're his head's too big, but they literally do look like that.
Yeah. That's such a good way to
And they
memorize
all have,
characteristics.
yeah, yes, yes. So there's 3 mergansers, and so I'm working on them. So this is the red-breasted merganser. And there's his little female partner.
Yeah, always so much plainer so they can hide.
Yeah.
So they've got they've got that funny kind of head.
Yes,
Cool.
yes. And you often see them with their beak down in the water and that little pointy thing on their head sticking out as they swim along looking for. Yeah.
Cool. What are you gonna draw with?
I'm in my bedroom, so I'm going to draw my teddy bear.
Oh,
This
I
is what I
remember him.
do.
That teddy bear's been around forever.
Yeah,
Did you get your roses trimmed?
I have not done that yet. I'm going to do it tomorrow. I just sent you a thing about, like, I saw this video of roses, climbing roses that were done in this amazing, like, trellis that's like, what do you call it? It's like an entrance into like a dome, and it's got like 4 different entrances, and it's all climbing roses or something. And I'm like, I want to do that, but it's always like 1/100th of that like dream becomes my reality.
Yeah.
But
It takes a while.
it's a laudable, yeah.
Like all of mine, some of my oldest ones are like 3 to 4 years old now, and now they're popping off and like starting to take over the fence, which was the idea that they would like become the fence.
Mhm.
Morgan, what are you doing?
So I'm doing felts and I'm trying to draw my kettle.
Oh,
I did it before in line on the night that it was just Cheryl and I thought I'd give it a re-go. So I do quite like the shape of this kettle. It's like so wonderfully round.
yeah. Wow.
How was the Eccentrics crowd tonight?
It was really, there was only 2, only
Oh,
Ken and Thea. I don't know
that's kind
what.
of different.
Well, no, it's spring break
Right.
and it's a horrible night.
Yeah, no, I wasn't sure that we'd have very good connection just with the weather being so bad. I thought maybe my
I
internet would be
know.
kind of unstable tonight.
Did you have Grant doing some work for you, Morgan?
We went and got poles from the beach so that I can build a greenhouse.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, yeah. And he's great for stuff like that. It was good. I needed to talk to him anyway. You know that neighborhood grants that have come up? They've been posting about them on.
Yes.
Yeah, so I've applied for one. And I wrote him into my grant application, but I didn't tell him I was doing that. I was like, I should probably check in with you and see if you actually want this job. Um, and so what I'm hoping to do, and I'm feeling pretty confident that we'll get it, is I'd like to do an invasive species removal day with volunteers
Ooh.
and just like coordinate one afternoon, probably a Saturday, so that we can take stuff to the transfer station. And you'll like sign up. I'll have a map with places like marked out where they're growing. I'll have them flagged in that location. You'll get your site, you go, you clear it, you take it to the recycle.
Cool.
Yeah. I don't know if you remember, I think it was in the fall, there was like a big Facebook fussiness about a bunch of thistles.
Yes.
Yeah. And Grant ended up being one of the people who went and cleared some of them. And I was like, I'm kind of not super excited about us just complaining about things.
But those invasive species, is it more like, is it like bad toxic stuff, or is it blackberries and
I think we'd not touch knotweed just because, like, yeah, anything. But I was thinking we could do ivy, blackberries, holly, thistles. Um, there's a bunch of other ones around. But I was at broom. If we could get any big sites of broom, that would be fantastic.
Your cat is funny. Your cat.
Yeah. Yeah, he loves to be part of stuff. Right when we were signing in, he was like right here in the camera trying to say hi to Lorraine. How were your flights, Julie? Did you have any delays?
No, everything was perfect. The weather was great.
Nice.
Jeff left for Chicago yesterday,
To go see the family?
and yeah, he's gonna see everyone, which that's great. So we thought I think his Port Hardy flight was delayed for like 30 minutes, but it was fine after all.
30 minutes isn't too bad.
I know, and he was having like 5 hours in between the two flights, so it doesn't really matter at that point. So everything was great for him too. He's out there tonight.
was he in Quebec with you too?
No, he stayed here with Bacon.
Somebody had to keep care of Bacon.
So, of course, this guy needs everything he needs. So now that's my turn to be home alone with Bacon.
Uh,
Could be stuck with
my
work.
first dog,
Yeah,
if I left my first dog that I had since he was a puppy, he wouldn't speak to me for 3 or 4 days after I got home.
after you're back.
Oh yeah.
I just I'd call him, and he just turned away.
Yeah. How dare you?
Oh, it's exactly what he was saying.
This guy was mad at me for a month after leaving for 2 weeks in the fall.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
He likes to hold a big grudge. Oh, look
Teddy
at how
bear.
pretty.
Oh my gosh. Oh, Whitney, that's lovely.
This
Yeah.
is really good.
My favorite.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's really
oh.
His one
Have
eye.
you not been able to find his eye?
No, my brother took it from him and like held it ransom for 1,000,000 pennies when I was like 6 or something.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, classic older brother move.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like 1,000,000 pennies. What is that anyway?
I was trying to think. Is
Hey,
it
what's 1,000,000 pennies? A million.
$100,000.
100,000?
100,000. Oh, 1,000,000 pennies, I think.
10,000, says Pat.
10,000.
I think
He
that
does
sounds more right.
math
Yeah.
for me.
Okay.
There's probably an easy trick for that, like moving one decimal or like moving the decimal. But I do not know it.
I think that's what I'll call this.
100 million pennies?
1,000,000 pennies. You know, when we still had pennies.
Do you have them in the States still?
Yep. They're a pain in the ass.
Yeah, they kind of are.
They're like worth more in terms of copper, even though there's not a lot of copper left in them, than they are in like actual coinage.
Yeah. I think that's why they got rid of them
Which,
here, right? Like copper price had gone up enough, and then yeah, they just
yeah, yeah, it wasn't worth it. And honestly, we have so much pocket change already. It's like, do we need like the toonie I like? The
yeah.
toonie is a substantial amount of money, but like 1 cent.
You should glue a penny on there. Yeah.
I think next time you go home, you should steal one of his children's teddy bear's eyes and hold it for ransom.
No, I'll just bring this teddy bear and like show his like 4-year-old daughter being like, you stole the eyeball from my precious. Her name is Penny, actually.
Oh, his daughter's name is Penny?
Well, it's Penelope,
Oh, I love it.
Penny.
That's
right?
I think I'm done too. I did.
Octopus.
oh.
That's
Oh,
really
Julie,
good,
that's
Lou.
awesome.
Did you draw that from a reference, or did you just like you know what an octopus looks like?
No, I look a picture
Yeah,
on Google.
the head is really good, and like the transition into the tentacles.
Yeah, with the lines, it's great.
Yeah.
So
With the eyes too.
Okay, we're getting down to the last 10 minutes, so I'll talk about the stuff for next week. So this will be the last on the working on shading theme. And then we'll go back to doing some abstract stuff for a while, I think. So next week, we're gonna do stippling,
Ooh.
which
Oh,
is a bit of a, this one is a little bit material dependent. I'm not saying you can't do it with every material, you can. But it definitely is easier with things like paint. Is that the right size? Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely easier with markers or paint versus, but you can still do it with a pencil crayon by doing like a little circle or by doing a nick. It's a pretty good technique. I'd say it works better for different things. I'm not sure I think this is very good, but using it for landscape, I think, is pretty darn effective. And I think Monet would agree with that.
mm.
Um, and yeah, it's a fun technique to work with. I will warn everybody though, it's a little hard on the wrist. So like give yourself some time with it because you might want to take break. Like I was working on this one this morning and I had to stop between each tree because just doing this over and over again is a little bit like, but it's a cool technique and there's a lot of dimension there and it definitely like, it can abstract things a lot more while still keeping like I still feel like that has a lot of realism in it, despite the fact that it's blown up in a way. So yeah, next
Morgan,
week.
I really like the way you've stayed with the same subject.
I thought for this one it would convey the most about how different techniques can apply in different ways and show you kind of
Yeah.
like how in comparison they can look and where they might be stronger, where they might not be as strong. You know, like definitely this is giving a lot more dimension than this.
Mm.
But I would argue that this is a much more interesting picture than this.
Mm.
So
Mm.
it's just where to apply it is always kind of the question with techniques. So can we see your deck from the week? We've seen everybody
I
else.
did I'm not sure what kind, and you know what I did? It's Jody's got a birthday that we're celebrating tomorrow. And so I did it on a little gift, on a little bag. And so there's
Mhm.
my,
Nice.
and I put happy birthday on it.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
I might try and get some color in the background just to kind of brighten it up a bit, but
Really cool.
Yeah.
it was fun. And the cross hatching along the contour lines was, I really enjoyed that.
It
Kind
really
of gave it that
it gives a lot of dimension. Like it really
Mm,
gives you the feel of something. And like line tends to leave a lot more flatness, whereas cross hatching brings things forwards.
I'm
yeah.
back with my wood burning, and I
Oh,
use it like for the
Oh yeah,
table.
yeah.
I
Oh,
love that.
Julie, that's very good.
Yeah, I should
Wow.
try that. I got a hot knife recently and it has a bunch of different attachments. Normally I just use it for cutting fabric, but it has a bunch of cool, like different pointy tools and stuff too. It's like I should try some wood burning. That sounds amazing.
Try it.
Yes. Maybe I'll do it for the stippling one.
Good
That's what
idea.
You got a week to get
I'm on
ready.
that. Inspired by Glee.
You're going to have to get one of those like breakfast in bed platforms to do your
If
art on. Yeah.
I'm doing a hot knife, I gotta be up in the studio.
No, don't touch a dead tool.
Hot. It smells like burning fabric in here. What's going on? I've been up since 4:30 this morning, which is like, you know, like 1:30 your time.
Wow.
Yeah,
It's like
the
I'm
longest day.
awake for not much longer after the
Yeah. Cool.
Well,
All
this is going
right.
to shut us off. So thank you for coming, everyone. And we'll see you next week for
You're
stippling.
welcome.
Yeah,
Yes.
sure.
day.
Have a good
Sounds
evening.
great.
Good night,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Thank you.
Good
Bye.
night.